Hello everyone, I just finished to make a delicious traditional soup from my childhood, which I didn't like when I was going to kindergarten because it was so not tasty. I would say very bad taste when you went to kindergarten. The soups there were very bad. But at home, my mother cooked delicious soups. She loved to cook soups. And one of them is kidney and cucumber soup, which we call Rassolnik. Rassolnik, because it's made with some pickles, like cucumbers, and also with kidney. And it's not too difficult to prepare. So I will show you step by step how I made this delicious soup, and it's ready to be served. And that's why watch this video if you would like to know how to make this soup. To prepare this soup, you need approximately 4 medium potato, 1 parsley root, 1 carrot, 1 or 2 onions, medium size, and approximately 3-4 pickled cucumbers, like kosher style. Also a little bit of rice, and of course kidney. So here we have 4 pork kidneys and kidney with cucumbers like pickles. It's a true original recipe for this type of soup. First, I leave kidney in cold water for approximately 1 hour, and after that I have to remove the fat from inside this one part, because this part has some urine smell, and actually it's not healthy. And if you remove this part, then your kidney will not smell like urine, believe me. So let's start working with kidney. So first you cut kidney in half, and you can see all this part has to be removed, and then you can use this core part, like this delicious kidney meat. And you use a sharp knife like this one, for example, and you just like remove, and then you cut by slices. So I'll show you later. So 1 kidney is done. So this meat is going into the soup, and this one, the fat stuff, you just throw it away. 4 kidneys are done, but they still have blood, so I have to wash them in a cold water quite well, and then drain them. You see, still a lot of blood. So we wash them very well. So use a drainer. Wash it very well, the cold water. And when it's done, you put in a bowl, you cover with cold water, and you bring to the boil, but you don't boil. You bring them to the boil, but be careful, because kidney produce a lot of foam, and it can actually go all over your stove. That's why watch when it's coming to the boiling, and then turn off right away, and then you will clean with the cold water again. So I repeat this process 3 times. It removes the smell of urine, it removes actually any blood. Kidneys are coming almost to the boil, so I have to clean them, like to drain them, and then cover with cold water again, and then repeat the process. It's quite hot, so you have to be careful. And the smell is not very pleasant. You still can smell some urine, but again, not too much. And yes, so I clean the pot, and I clean quickly the kidney with the cold water. And I repeat the process again. So we bring the kidney to the boil the second time, and then we change the water. So I do it 3 times, and after that I use this meat for the soup. My mother taught me this way. It was her favorite soup, and I like it very much, because if it's made at home, it's really delicious. So that's why I follow my mother's steps, and I know this recipe by heart. Meanwhile, when the kidney is going through the process of cleaning, I'm actually preparing the vegetables, and that's why I'm not wasting my time. And then I'll show you the next step of this delicious how to prepare this delicious soup. Vegetables are ready. I mean, they are peeled and prepared for the next step to be cooked. And then we'll work with cucumbers. So my favorite one, this one from Costco, cornichons, kosher dill pickles, and it's salty, and I have only one left. That's why I have to buy a new portion of this type of cucumbers. And the name of the soup is Rassolnik. It means Rosil. This is part of marinade we call Rosil. So we add a little bit of this liquid to the soup as well. That's why I'm not going to throw away this liquid. As you can see, I'm going to collect some liquid because I'm going to add to the soup. And then I shred the cucumbers, probably 4 would be enough, and I can use this one, whatever is left here, we'll see. I'm not very happy with this type of cucumbers because this one is from Costco. It's hard, and this one actually more softer. But the taste is not bad, and I'm gonna use this one for, yes, I tried, actually not bad. And I also collected almost 2 cups of this marinade, so I probably use some marinade for the soup, and not necessarily this one because this one has no garlic. I like this marinade even better. So this is what I'm doing with cucumbers, but whenever you work with your vegetables, please check your kidney as well. And the kidneys are coming to the boil, so I have to change the second water again, and I will cover with cold water the 3rd time and bring to the boil. And after that I clean and then put it in soup, and I start actually creating the soup. So you see, it's some kind of like steps, but easy to follow. So let's clean the kidney first and then continue to work with cucumbers and then start cooking the true magic Rassolnik. While kidney are going through the 3rd time of cooking, and then I start to prepare soup itself. I use this big bowl because usually we cook at least for 2 days. Don't worry, but anyway, I use like 8-10 cups of water, cold water, and I already put the parsley root, and I start boiling. I bring it to the boil this soup because the parsley root needs more time to be cooked. And then I'll be adding some potato, and as you can see the cucumbers are shredded and ready to put in the soup as well. So let's step by step to add some vegetables and also kidney and create a delicious soup. The water will be boiling in a few minutes, and this is noise because there's some water on the bottom of this pot. And then actually the kidney is coming to the boil as well. But also I started to make the base of the soup. It's carrots. I preheat the pan, I add some vegetable oil, and then I add sliced carrots, and I'll be adding some onion in approximately 5 minutes because carrots are harder. That's why I usually fry them first and then I add onions. So this is a base for any soup we cook in the Ukrainian cuisine. Quite often we use this way. I add kidney and potato at the same time because it requires approximately 50 minutes to be cooked, and then I'm also adding like carrots, and I'm gonna add onions in a few minutes, in a few seconds actually. So here the kidney is in a soup, the potato go there, and we continue with other vegetables. So the soup is boiling. I'm covering the soup with the lid, and I leave it for 10 minutes. It has to be boiled for 10 minutes on a low level of heating. And then I fry in to the cold onion and carrots. I'll be adding them together with cucumbers and a little bit of rice. So now it's time to add onion and carrots, and then I add some cucumber and rice all together. So I can start with rice. Just approximately 1/4 of rice, 1/4 of cup, and then we add our cucumbers, and then I'll add the rest. I'm bringing the soup to the boil, but also add 1 cup of this marinade, cucumber marinade, to make even tastier. And after that, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper, because marinade is salty, cucumbers are salty. I add salt at the end, just to be sure that I didn't add salt, but too much salt. And also I will add some bay leaves and some allspices, and I will boil this soup for another 10 minutes on a low level of heating, and after that it's ready. So should be delicious soup. Rassolnik is ready. So we have kidney and cucumbers, some rice, potato, vegetables. The smell is wonderful and the taste is delicious. I already add some salt and some spices, so you can add some fresh parsley on the top, especially when you serve rassolnik, or you can add some onion, green onion and dill. It's up to you. So bon appetit. If you like this recipe, press like and subscribe to my channel, and I will share with you more recipes, especially from my home, how my mother taught me to cook, and also what I was cooking during my life for my family members. See you soon.